Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's get IG on board. How are you guys doing out there on this lovely Tuesday afternoon? Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. And today we're going to bring you some information that everybody is asking about, which has to do with the SBA EID loan. I know a lot of you guys out there may or may not have gotten this loan. So jump in here and hit like and share on this video so we can get some updated information on this EID loan update from the SBA, okay? So hit like and share, guys. Hi, Karen. Thanks for jumping on here. Hey, how you doing, Deep Snacks? Thanks for jumping in. Today we're talking about the EIDL, which is the loan that was given from the SBA and is still being given out to most businesses. Again, independent businesses, corporation, any type of nonprofits, whatever type of business you have. The EIDL loan from the SBA has been either been given to you, you may have applied, you may have been declined. So we're going to talk about the various stages of that loan. And for those people who have gotten it, we're going to talk about the time frame in which you can pay this money back. We'll also talk about what you can use the money for. We'll talk about how the loan is calculated. How much money do you get now? Because that have all changed since last year when you first got the loan, for those people who have gotten it. And then for the new people who is applying, we'll talk about how that works as well. And of course, the one that I really want to discuss, because a lot of people have gotten this letter, is if you have been declined, what it is that you need to do. And a lot of people have been declined for the loan as well. It seems like it was very easy to get. Some people gotten it. Some people have declined letters. And I've gotten a lot of calls from people with decline letters, and they need to know what it is that they can do in order to, to get a reconsideration so they can get this money. Okay. So guys, the EIDL loan is the SBA loan that's been given out to businesses because of COVID so that they can continue to operate. So that's what we'll talk about today. Okay. So I have about 5 points we'll cover. Hi, Makiva Jackson. Thanks for jumping in. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you. All right, good to see you. Hey, Tamazua, thanks for jumping on here. Okay, guys, so let's jump right into this. Again, the EIDL loan, again, this SBA loan, which has been given out to a lot of businesses, and some people still applying. And there has been, if you got one of these loans last year, my point number one, the loan term have been extended. So that's the first point today. The loan term have been extended. And again, I've gotten calls. People want to know, should they start paying on this loan? Now, if you would like to start paying on it, you can start paying on it. Most of you who have gotten the loan have gotten a coupon that tells you what your payment term is and how much you need to pay. So if you'd like to start paying, fine, but you do not have to. Okay, so what the SBA did was they extended the loan term from 2021 to 2022. So if you've gotten one of these loans in 2020 for your business, this is the economic injury disaster loan, the SBA loan, guys. If you have gotten one of those, this one you have to pay it back. It's not like the PPP. You have to pay this EIDL loan back. If you got one of these, it has been extended from 2021. You can start paying on this loan in 2022. Okay, so that has been done, an extension. People have been asking if they should send money. They can, but you don't have to. All right, so that's the whole thing. And the people who have gotten the loan this year now, because we're in August, a lot of people have applied for this loan in 2021 as well. And for the people who have gotten this loan in 2021, guys, you have 12 months up to 18 months after the date of the note. So once you sign for your loan and you got that money, you have up to 12 months or 18 months, depending on your type of business, to start paying. So the people who got it in 21 will start paying as well in 2022. Or in 2023, depending on the type of business and when you got it. Okay, so again, most importantly, guys, we don't have to be stressing about paying this loan back. The EIDL loan from the SBA, we don't have to worry about paying it back now. The term for this loan is 30 years. It's a 30-year term, okay? And the rate is 3.75%. Very good, not a bad interest rate at all. And for the nonprofit, this rate is 2.75%. Excellent rate, guys. A 30-year loan. If you haven't gotten this loan and you have a business, make sure you apply. You can still apply. We'll talk about the deadline in the next point. But again, so great news. The term have been extended till 2022 for those people who have gotten it in 2020. All right. So that's my first point today. Second point is the deadline to apply. Okay, so if you have not applied for the Eidl loan, it's an excellent source and one of the most easier source to get money for your business, guys. If you have not applied, you have until December 31st of this year, 2021, to get your application in. So you have plenty of time still to get an application in for a Eidl business loan, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan through the SBA, guaranteed by the SBA. There's lots of money still there. You have plenty of time to apply for that loan. So make sure you get your application in up until December 31st. Now, another thing about this loan is for those people who have gotten a loan last year, you can go back in and ask for additional funds. Some people have gotten a letter saying that you're qualified to ask for additional funds, and some people may not have gotten it. You can go and apply for additional funds, guys, and what they have said, the SBA said that even after the deadline of December 31st, 2021, you can still go in and apply for additional funds. You can still request this. So this is great news for the small business. Again, I like to emphasize this because a lot of times you're speaking of business, everyone seems to think that you have to have this major corporation or this major LLC or something. No, if you're an individual, independent contractor, individual business person, guys, you are qualified. If you have a nonprofit business, you're also qualified. Okay, so make note of that because I just don't want to let you think that it's only the people that has these major corporations that can actually get this loan. All right, so that's the second point. The deadline is December 31st. And if you have gotten a loan already and you want to go back in for additional funds, you have even after the deadline to request additional funds. Okay, so that's point number 2. Point number 3, how is the loan calculated? Now, this is a great one. I want you guys to make note of this. Everyone wants to know how much money they will be getting. And so let me tell you how they calculate the loan and decide how much money you will be getting, okay? So the loan is calculated based on your gross income, based on the amount of money that your business made, right? So if your business made, let's say $50,000, the loan will be based on the $50,000. For those of you who have cost of goods sold, guys, this is a tricky one because a lot of people have been denied because of this right here, the cost of goods sold. And a lot of people loan have been decreased because of the cost of goods sold, and they're not understanding what this is all about. This is why I'm trying to explain this. If you have a business where you have cost of goods sold, so for instance, let's say you're in the retail business, right? You're buying merchandise and you're selling merchandise, and your business made $50,000. But you had $20,000 of merchandise that you bought, which is considered your cost of goods sold. Okay, listen to this carefully. What the SBA will do is they'll take your $50,000, they'll subtract your cost of goods sold, which is the $20,000, and the difference of $30,000 is what they'll base your loan amount on. Okay, so they'll take that $30,000 and they'll multiply it now by 2. And you can get a loan amount of $60,000. This is completely different again for those people who have gotten a loan last year in 2020. The calculation was different. A lot of people got less money, and that's why you're able to go back in and ask for additional funds. Okay, so once again, guys, they'll take the gross revenue. And just make a note of this because a lot of people don't understand what they're getting, why they're getting it, and what, and how much and how it's calculated. So it's just a simple math. They take the gross revenue, they'll subtract cost of goods sold for those people who have cost of goods sold. If you are selling a product or anything that has cost of goods sold, they'll take that out, and then they'll base your loan on the difference times 2. Okay, so that's what you get. Businesses that has no cost of goods sold, you don't have to worry about that. If you're a service business, any business that doesn't have a cost of goods sold, if you made $50,000, they'll multiply that by 2, and you're eligible for a $100,000 loan. Okay, so that's how it works. This is how the loan is calculated. That's my 3rd point today. Hi, Learner Smith. Thanks for jumping on here. Great information. Thank you. And Smith, thanks for jumping in. All right. Appreciate you. Greetings, my lovely auntie. Thank you. Okay, so that's the 3rd point, guys. 4th point today is what to use the loan for. And I always emphasize this because I got a question actually last night on this, right? You cannot use the loan to expand your business, or start another business, or get into a different location. That is not what the money is for. The money is for you to be able to stay in business. So it has to be used as working capital, right? You have to be able to pay the business related expenses with it, all of your operating expenses. You have to be able to pay your rent and utilities, insurance, stuff like that to keep the business going. You can pay payroll, any of your regular operational expenses, guys. You can pay if you have any business debt, like credit card business debt, any business debt that you have pertaining to the business operating, you can pay that with the money, okay? So again, like I said, up last night, clearly I had a question about, can you start a business with this money? If you got some money on the EIDL, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan from SBA, it's to keep the current business running. It's for you to keep operating, okay? The money should not be used for you to go out and purchase a new business, start something new location, buy property or anything like that. It is for solely to operate your business, okay? You want to make sure that the business stay open, right? That's the whole point. All right, so that's what to use the loan for, point number 4. And let's move on into the 5th point today, guys. And this one here is the one I really want to hammer home because it's what to do if you have been declined, okay? My point number 5, what to do if you have been declined. Several people have gotten this decline letter, and of course they don't know why. And so let's see, we have it on there. Okay, yes, my point is up there. So first of all, there's several reasons why it could be declined. And what they have to do is you want to make sure that you're eligible, right? You haven't had more than 500 employees, so you're a small business. You make sure that you have your business was operating prior to February of 2020. Because this has to do now. Keep in mind, this is for business been affected by COVID, so it had to be in operation before COVID. Okay, so the business is after COVID, it doesn't it doesn't qualify. So you have to have been affected by COVID. You have to have less than 500 employees to be eligible, and of course they want to make sure. And this is one of the things that threw a lot of people. There's a credit score. Now, all you guys who have applied for this loan, I know you guys noticed that they had pulled your credit report, right? So it shouldn't have really mattered, but there is a credit score that they were looking for, 570, not very high, 570. And that's kind of the ratio they were looking for. So they actually did look to see, and credit score, of course, shows sense of responsibility. And of course, if you're in business, they want to make sure you're responsible. Once again, this is a loan and it needs to be paid back at some point. Within that 30-year period. Okay, so they did look for the credit score. That's one reason you could be declined. And then, of course, they want to make sure that things checked out. Reasons why you would be declined. They want to make sure that your information verified. And sometimes they will say that they cannot verify. Let's see, what is the terminology they use? They were like fail identity verification. So what they do, they verify you. And if you notice, they ask these personal questions and places you have lived over several years and different things about your personal. They want to make sure that they identify you. Okay, so some people fail identification verification. We don't always remember where we lived in the last 10 years. So sometimes that doesn't work. So that's one reason why you might be declined. And so they will question the validity of your information. So things have to be referenced. If they go and get a copy of your tax returns, they have to make sure that that's the cross-reference. They have to make sure that your cost of goods sold, if you have it on your loan application, it should be in your tax return. If it's on the tax return, again, likewise, it should be on the loan application. These things has to verify. They have to match up. And this is some of the reasons why you would be declined, okay? And then here is the kicker. This one right here is what happens a lot, and because of all the fraud, what they do is they also verify and check and make sure that information is coming from a valid IP address, something that's not international. You're not using a computer, or someone uses computers for any kind of fraudulent activity. They pick up on all these IP addresses. They know this information. And so sometimes they will just flag your loan application or, for that type of stuff to make sure that it's not all coming from a unverified IP address or something international. And so, you know, so they're looking for all the fraudulent activities. So you could literally be declined for those reasons, not, you know, knowingly that this is happening, but someone could be applying for the loan from an address or computer that, you know, that's not identified. Okay, so those are reasons why you would be declined. So then I'll tell you what to do if you have one of these decline letter. All right, so let's see. Kiba Jackson have a question or statement over here as well. So let's see, can I read that? I don't know why it's so small. Let's see, can I see that? Anyway, from why? I'm having a hard time looking. Make an appointment with you. Oh, okay. Yes. I love that. Make an appointment with me. I love it. Okay, yes, you can go ahead and make an appointment with me. That's the part that I read at the last. I'm not sure what the first part of it is, but I did see that. Yes, you can. All right, so guys, so let's get into really here one point here. If you have been declined, okay, so this is what you can do if you've been declined. You get one of those decline letters. A lot of people got those. You got a decline letter. So what you want to do is you want to go back and apply for reconsideration. Okay. So what you do is you respond based on the information in that letter. You want to respond back to the SBA and you want to ask them for a loan reconsideration. And any information that they're requested or required from that letter, you want to provide that information. Now, listen, guys, it doesn't matter if you send your tax return 5 times or you send any of these documents before. If it's asked for again, send the information again, everything based on the decline letter, and write in there and ask for a reconsideration, okay? Now, you want to submit this information back as soon as possible, maybe within 7 days, as fast as you can. And of course, once you send the information back, guys, you want to follow up, okay? Make a phone call, speak to someone that they're very good at picking up the phone. You can speak to an agent, speak to someone, and you can get some clarity to make sure that you send back the proper information and so that they can really reconsider your loan, okay? So that's what you want to do. So if you get a decline letter, just don't, it's not the end. It's not the end. I've seen a lot of letters been declined, a lot of reconsideration come back, and I've seen a lot of loans got funded even after they were declined the first time around. Okay, so don't give up. You want to keep your information is correct, everything is right. You want to keep sending information they're asking for. It doesn't matter if you sent it before, it may have gone to someone else. Send it in there again, stay on top of it, call somebody and speak to them and get some clarity, making sure that you are providing the right information. Okay, so that's what happened if your loan have been declined. All right, so I really wanted to hammer that home, guys, because a lot of people have gotten a decline letter and then, they just kind of give up and they don't respond and nothing happens. But the business really and truly needs the money. So they really want to make sure they get this money. Okay, so that's the 5th point today, guys. So I want to go back over these points again. We're speaking of the Eidl loan update, economic injury disaster, SBA loan, monies that you will have to pay back. So I want to talk about this, the loan term. Let me recap. Number 1 is the loan term. The loan have been extended from 2021. You don't have to start paying until 2022 for those people who've gotten in 20. And the people who have gotten a loan now in 2021, you have 12 to 18 months. In some cases, depending on when you get funded, that can run you over into 2022. And of course, you guys, it's a 30-year loan. Interest rate, excellent, 3.75% regularly. If you have a nonprofit, 2.75%, excellent rate. So that's point number 1. The second point, deadline to apply. Second point, guys, you have until December 31st. If you haven't filed for one of these loans yet, for your business, individual business, of course, self-employed, if you haven't filed, you have a deadline up to December 31st to apply. And for those who have applied, if you have not asked for more money, an extension, additional funds, you have even after that deadline to request additional funds. See if you qualified, get the information into them. That's point number 2. Third point today, how is the loan calculated? Again, based on the amount of money that you make. If you have a cost of goods sold, guys, they will subtract that and then they will give you 2 times, they'll multiply it by 2 based on the amount of money you make, based on your gross receipts that you make. And of course, this has to be done prior. This is money that you make prior to COVID. That's what they're doing it for, okay? And then number 4, what to use the loan proceeds for. Someone asked me, can you extend their business? Can you buy a new business? Can you start another business? No, you are supposed to use the money to keep your current business in operation, pay all your business debt, pay the back credit cards, whatever else is out there, and keep your current operation going, your payroll and all that stuff to make sure that your business stay afloat. And everybody survived COVID, right? So that's what the money is for. And that's point number 4. And the 5th point today, guys, what to do if you have been declined. I gave you guys some of the reasons why you would be declined. However, what you need to do is make sure that you ask for a loan reconsideration. That email goes back to a special department under the reconsideration department, guys. You want to put that information back in, ask for loan reconsideration, and send anything they ask you for, all information, tax return again, debt schedule again, whatever they ask you for, your ID, verification of your bank information, whatever the information said in that letter, follow it again, even if you have already provided it, you want to provide it again, okay? So that's what you need to do if your loan have been declined, so you need to stay on top of that so you can get that money. All right. So thank you for the information this afternoon. Right. Thank you, Makib. I'm so happy that you jumped in here today, as well as everyone else over here. Hi, Kyle. Thanks for jumping in, you guys. Great information, free information. Hit like and share on this video. Make sure that you guys get everybody involved. The thing about it is, you know this information, but you also know other people who can use this information. So share it with them so they can get this information, guys, because, if we don't know it, we don't know what to do about it, and that's why we're here. PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Any further information, questions, you guys can put it on the screen below. I'll come back through here and read the comments, respond to those comments. If you have questions, put them on the screen. And then I will come back through here and respond to those, of course. Or you can give us a call at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, 323-290-9034. If you'd like, you can visit our website at probystax.com. You guys can set up a consultation meeting if you'd like. But again, put your questions right here on the screen and we'll come back through here. Okay, so I really thank you guys for tuning in. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday with great information as well. And the whole idea is for you to be able to get funds, make money, build your business, so you can, obtain wealth. This is what we got to do. So, and then, of course, we always talk about the tax effect on everything you do. Just for your information, the loan is not, again, got this question, the loan is not taxable. It's not income. It's not taxable, guys. If you have any confusion about whether this loan is taxable, that's another thing that people are confused about. We can answer those tax questions at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, okay? So with that said, I appreciate you guys for jumping in here, and I will see you guys back here on Thursday where we'll have more information from a personal financial perspective for you guys. So jump on back in here on Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Okay, so every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, well, thank you so much. I will see you guys here on Thursday at 1 p.m. And I would like for you guys to have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.